Alright, so starting off first, now we have showed this in a previous video, but we're going to get to these next two quarters after this is really cool. So this first one, we'll go quick through this. This is the 2008 Arizona state quarter that was struck on a defective planchet. So it actually is a mint error. This one's not super valuable or anything. It is graded at a mint state 66 by NGC. Now the coin sold for over $55. So, you know, not really worth having it graded because you got to take in the consideration of the cost of getting the coin graded and things like that. So it's going to be different for all kinds of different coins. I have a whole coin grading video on that shows you those details. Now let's move on here to these next two coins. These are very, very cool. So this is the 2008 Hawaii state quarter. Now this is graded by PCGS at a mint state 64. The coin grading scale goes up to 70. 70 is the best grade you can get. This is at a 64. Now what makes this coin special is that it has a dropped letter T here on the obverse of the quarter, or the front of the quarter. Now as we zoom in there, you can actually see that dropped T next to the left of the D mint mark. So always be on the lookout for that because that will give your quarter some value. This quarter ended up selling for over $775. Now, you know, if the quarter was in very bad condition, I think it still would probably sell, you know, depending on the condition, you know, maybe $100 or a couple $100. But because it's at a mint state 64 and it has that drop letter, $775 for that quarter. Now, this next quarter, I don't believe I've ever shown, maybe I have, but this is a Hawaii state quarter as well. Now, we're not looking for the drop T on this one. This one's a little tricky, so you definitely want to use your coin microscopes on these and see if you guys have a dropped Y. So where is the Y at? Well, it's kind of, you know, blending in with the coin there. If we zoom in, right above the O in the word dollar, you can see that dropped Y from the word liberty. That's where the Y comes from. So that is just amazing. Always be on the lookout for the dropped Y and the T on these Hawaii state quarters. Now this quarter ended up selling for over $260. It is graded at an AU58, so of course, you know, this was definitely found out in pocket change or in a coin roll from the bank. So, you know, whoever found that, I'm pretty sure they were happy to have that graded and authenticated. $260. Now here is a New Mexico state quarter from 2008. We see here on the reverse looks very normal, but here on the obverse of the coin, we see that it's missing the outer clad layer. So you see the inner copper layer of the quarter as a result of the mint error, and it only weighs 4.7 grams. This quarter ended up selling for over $100. Now this is the opposite. So we'll see the clad layer here on the obverse, the front of the coin, but here on the reverse of the quarter, we are missing the clad layer. So that's cool. This is graded at a mint state 62 by NGC, and this coin sold for over $700. So it all depends on the time in which you sell it, the grade of the coin, the demand for it, all that stuff, you know, how many of them exist at the time in which you sell it. So keep that in mind as well. Now here's a quarter that has not been graded, but it does have a clipped error, so triple clipped here. This is a state quarter, the New Mexico state quarter, sold on eBay as is for 50 bucks. So, you know, hey, if you got one of these, you know, you can get rid of it for 50 bucks. Not too bad. Not having it graded, not too bad at all. Here's a 2008 Denver minted Oklahoma state quarter that was struck on an elliptical planchet. As we can see, the whole design doesn't fit on the planchet as a result of the mint error, and this quarter sold for over $125. Now here is an Arizona state quarter that is also struck on an elliptical planchet, weighs 4.6 grams, and this coin here sold for over $130. It's graded at a mint state 66 by NGC. And then here we have a 2008, another Hawaii state quarter that has a partial collar, which we'll see here around the rim of the coin. Most noticeably here on the right side, the rim of the coin there on the right side. And this coin is graded at a mint state 64. You know, it's not super valuable, but it's sold for around $100. Is it worth getting graded? You know, probably not. You always have to pay, you know, a little extra to have error coins graded as opposed to, you know, just a regular high graded coin. So keep that in mind. You're not going to make a fortune off something like this. Now for the 2008 Arizona state quarter, you know, you can always look for the extra cactus. It covers up the initials there, so you'll see the initials there on the bottom image, but where the arrow's pointing, that's considered the extra cactus where it's covering up those initials. You know, they're not super rare, valuable. Maybe if you have had one, you know, in a top of the line grade mint state 68, 69 with that extra cactus, then you might be talking some value. So here is an Arizona state quarter that has a partial collar. Again, we'll see that there on the right side and the upper right side of the rim of the coin there. And this quarter is graded by Annex at a mint state 63. This coin only sold for around 30 bucks, so again, not really worth getting graded. Super risky to grade, you know, coins like this. You know, maybe this person thought they were going to get a high mint state grade or something, or they just wanted to grade it because it's a partial collar to have in their collection. You know, I don't have anything wrong with grading coins like that, but if you're trying to, you know, grade coins and resell them and make a big profit, you know, this is not the one to grade. Now, this is the same thing, however, it's taking place on the left side of the coin, and actually, it gets worse because both of these coins sold together for around 30 bucks. So you're talking about 15 bucks a coin. Definitely not worth getting graded. This one graded at a mint state 64, so one grade higher than the last quarter, but again, both sold together for 30 bucks. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.